Hey, futurist Jim Carroll from the virtual broadcast studio. Just plugging away here. I'm still working on trying to get the camera right with the new camera, but here's an interesting little thing. I track my web traffic on a regular basis, and every once in a while, you notice a little clip tends to attract a lot of attention. And for some reason, this particular clip, which is from a keynote I did virtually in January 2021, is getting a lot of traffic. So I had a look, and I think what might be capturing the attention of some folks is the section where I'm talking about what business learned during the pandemic, the powerful leadership lessons that we learned along the way, and what that might mean going forward. Because I think what has happened here, and certainly this is what I'm talking to with my clients today, is business has forever changed as a result of this thing. Look, 10 years ago today, my book, The Future Belongs to Those Who Are Fast, came out. And if anything, the future is even faster today. So I'm going to share this clip again, and I'm going to be talking about this with a client this Monday. It's going to be around a little bit, how has business changed? What do we need to do to make sure that our leadership team has the right stuff when it comes to dealing with this ever faster world? So I'm going to share the clip, and in the meantime, I'm going to continue and try to work on the lights on the hair, because this is all working quite well, but I'm really not liking that. Have a good one. What we witnessed with COVID-19 was we witnessed 10 years of change in but 6 months. All of the major trends, which I was talking to my global client list about for 25 years, have accelerated. The future is faster than it was before. Organizations have learned something new about speed. Committees are dead. Inertia is over. Organizations have learned they can move fast. Organizations have learned that agility and flexibility are absolutely critical to what they do. Business models shifted faster. Distance education, electronic commerce, telehealth. You can take any industry and you can see where business models shifted faster than ever before. An attitude that it can't be done, that was shattered by absolute necessity. We had no choice. We had to reinvent ourselves faster than ever before. Decision-making paralysis was totally obliterated. The slow structure was put under a microscope. Old barriers to new ideas disappeared. You could no longer say, well, you can't do that because we've always done it this way, or it won't work, or it's a dumb idea, because we simply had to do things we previously thought would be impossible. Get it done became the rallying cry. We had no time to waste. We have witnessed something remarkable in the world of business in the last 6 months, and I think it has forever changed everything going forward. Look, any list of 10 things has to go to 11. I'm a huge fan of the movie Spinal Tap. And you might remember that scene where Rob Reiner is with Nigel, and Nigel is explaining his amplifier. And the specialized amplifier that he has that goes to 11, and my list goes to 11, the rallying cry became, how do we sustain the momentum? How do we keep ourselves going forward in this complex world? And that's where we find ourselves today. What do we do in 2021? We are on the edge of a precipice of massive new opportunity. We have so many trends which are speeding up to such a degree, and you're going to hear from some entrepreneurs who, previous to COVID, were aligning their mindset, their opportunity, their imagination, their opportunity to a future that was unprecedented. And now that future is bigger than ever before. If you are sitting back at the edge of 2021 and thinking there is no opportunity out there, you aren't in the right mindset to align yourself to the future. Because what is now unfolding as this new era of speed and opportunity unfolds in front of us is something that is truly magical. I came down in my virtual broadcast studio here yesterday because I forced myself to come down here once a day to film something, to put it out there in social media, to share it with my followers, and also simply to get good at the ability to talk to the world in the context of my small little basement. This is not a Las Vegas stage. This is a small 8x12 room in my basement with a whole bunch of sophisticated technology. And I spoke about what I learned in 2020. What I learned is this: speed matters. Agility is everything. What I learned was that accepting our reality was key, because it became a fuel for our momentum. So you know what happens when we go through an economic challenge like COVID-19? Is many of us fall prey to what I call the 7 stages of economic grief. We go through the shock phase, we go through the anger phase, we go through the denial phase. When COVID happened, I spent about 24 hours in that negative mindset, and then I decided right away I was going to move to the acceptance stage because it would be my ability to align to a new reality that would permit me to reinvent. It would truly align my future. Once I did that, optimism ruled. Attitude was everything. Some people see the future and see a threat. Innovators see the same future and see an opportunity. Is that your mindset? Or are you someone who sees the future and sees, whoa, somebody's nibbling away at my business. I have no opportunity. I can't innovate. That's the wrong mindset. Action mattered. Indecision failed. You know, I had a column in the Globe and Mail for about 8 years back in the 1990s. And one of the columns I wrote about, I identified what was happening with my global clients. I called it aggressive indecision. I said what was happening with my clients was they were becoming indecisive. They weren't sure how the future was going to unfold. We're not going to make a decision to invest in the future because we're not quite certain what comes next. They became aggressively indecisive. But you know what happens with economic uncertainty? A study by GE determined that 60% of organizations, historically, when we have economic uncertainty, sort of muddle their way through. They don't do anything big and bold. 30% disappear, but 10% became breakthrough performers because they specifically decided, despite lingering economic uncertainty, right now is the time to innovate. We know in 2020, reality split, perspective counted. We know that there was a massive delusion throughout society, particularly with our friends south of the border. But it was our ability to accept the reality of the change occurring around us that defined our mindset for opportunity. Resilience defined us. Reinvention was critical. I'm down here in my home broadcast studio tomorrow. I'm interviewing a rock star from the UK in a new show I'm launching about reinvention because I think that is our key word for 2021 going forward. Risk taking accelerated. Failure was warranted. If we did not take risks, trying new ideas, new opportunities, new pursuits, new methodologies, we weren't doing what was necessary. Change stuck. Habits formed. People have discovered online shopping and they won't be going back in any massive form like we were before. The world of retail has changed forever. Habits formed. People like telehealth. The ability to simply schedule a quick visit with your doctor for a non-emergency routine checkup. That's going to be with us for a long time to come. The result of all this is that strategies shifted. An open mind really defined our future. And that brings us to the key point. We need to rethink where we're going next. And that's where the concept of innovation becomes so critical. That's where the focus on opportunity defines everything we do.